Well, good evening, folks. It's Richard here. I'm back here on the Coosa River again. I'm loving this place right here. They're pulling water, generating water, and it's 4 o'clock in the evening. And I wanted to catch a few crappie this evening, but I've done a bad thing. I left my Coca-Colas all the way up yonder way in the truck. So I'm gonna catch a couple crappie or see if they're in here, and then we gotta go back and get our Coca-Colas. I've got water and it's good for you, but without Coca-Cola, I can't catch them. Just cannot catch them. But let's see if we can get a couple right here. Stay with me. Let's get him behind this column right here. It is hot this evening, real humid. Real humid. And the reason is we got some thunder poppers coming. Let's put us a little slab sauce on this jig. This is a hand-tied jig right here, and I'm using a 4-pound test line. And I'm glad they're pulling water. It will position fish. So they should be a fish, may not be, but they should be one right there. Shouldn't be very deep either, probably about 8-9 foot deep. We'll see. The first thing I gotta do is figure out the depth of these fish. It varies from day to day in the summertime. Depends on a lot of different things. They could be 20 foot deep, 25 foot deep, or they could be 6 or 7 foot deep. Once we figure that out, we should be able to catch a few this evening. The shad are about an inch and a quarter long, and they look just like this jig right here. I used gold last time. I'm going to start off with a silver. It's called the Elmo jig. There's them little shad I'm talking about. Them things is about an inch long. The biggest ones is about an inch and a quarter, and they're right on top of the surface. So I don't expect them crappie, if there's one. That's a little bitty one, to be very deep. That's what I was fixing to say. They're right up under them minnows right here, out of the current, and they're getting them one every once in a while. Yeah, there's some fish in there over here on this side. There we go. I let him load up on that rod that time. This is a pretty good fish right here. Really, it's a real good fish, and I wished I'd brought me something to put these in. I'm out of fish again. Daggone it. Ain't got nothing. It's too hot. I need something with ice. Come on. Gotcha. Good crappie. Now that fish was up in the water column. When I seen those minnows in behind that column like that, goodbye. That was a good one. I knew that those fish would be doggone shallow. They're going to go up and down the water column according to where the bait is. I just knew. I've had it happen to me lots of times in years and years of this, but I'm going to let them fish load up on that. When they grab the jig, I'm just going to let them hold it like that before I set the hook. Because if I don't, I'll miss them. That's how they're biting. Let's do that again. I'll get a hook in this one. Maybe, daggone it, there's some fish right in there. I don't know how many, but I don't like to miss them. When I first started, I was fishing way too deep. Way too deep. All right, what we're gonna do is catch one more crappie right here, and I gotta go get me a Coca-Cola. That's the reason I'm not catching them. I got a whole case of Cokes in my 2 box. Didn't bring near one out here. Oh my goodness. They are hitting short. That one, oh my. What's going on and why? Why are they hitting so short like that? Could it be the color? Now those are crappie bites. That's definitely a summer crappie bite, so. There we go. I got that one by Ned. Okay, let's check him out right here. You know why that happened? They're just biting like crazy in there. Well, a lot of them are small, but there's some pretty good ones in there, I believe. Wrong color. So when I come back, I'm going to put a gold one on and see if that makes a difference. I'm going to go get me a Coca-Cola. Wait till I get me a Coca-Cola. A soda water. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. Woo! Alright, folks, let's go get them now. I'm going to tie this on the way down yonder way. Oh, yeah. All right, we're back right here, and I done tied my gold jig on right here. There's something to that color. The last couple times I've been fishing, even on Guntersville, and I believe it's called confidence. If you're confident in a bait, regardless of whether it looks natural or not, use it. I mean, that the jig that I had on was a natural color. I mean, it looked just like them tiny shad, but it didn't work for me, and it might be just a confidence thing. All right, let's put one in there and see if that gold one will make any difference. Unless they're just hitting short, but I think they're going to commit to this one. He did. Pretty good one. Look at his mouth. It's a golden chartreuse. There's something to that. Go on back in there. There's got to be something to that. That can't just be in my mind. Or is it a confidence thing? I mean, if we as anglers, if we have confidence in something, should we just go ahead and go by our gut feeling, our instinct, or not? That's a good question right there. May have to get another drink of Coca-Cola to make them bite. I don't know, but it looks to me like there'd be another good fish right there. There we go. That's what's doing it, Elmo. That's why we're missing them. Look here. That's a pretty little white crappie. Little white crappie, I can tell by the way he's built. Well, you can see the vertical lines running right there. Let's let him go. Getting a lot of pecks, and that's what's doing it. Now, little bitty guys. Or dudes. Dude! Alright, let's try a different angle. Let's go the other side. It may be the angle of the dangle. There we go. Golly. Now that fish eat it. That jig is gone. Look at there. Gone. It's kind of small, but now he hit it. Now that fish is about 3 foot deep, folks. 3 or 4 foot deep, and that's about as shallow as I've ever seen them in the summertime. Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby, Scooby-Doo. There we go. Got you, didn't I? Those fish is doing something else right here. I tell you what. Just 3 foot under the surface, probably. And being suspended over 20-something foot of water. I tell you what, they're extremely shallow. Something else. Crappie fishing is, and the water's hot. Tell you what, you learn something every day out here on the water. I've seen this before, but not much. I mean, watch this right here. I hope he bites it. I'm about 3 foot below the surface right there, and I missed it. They're not committing. Every once in a while I'll get a hook in one. Let's go over. Next, call him over. Try. There we go. All right. That's a good crappie. That fish hit it immediately, if not sooner. Come on in here. Come on. Quit that flopping. That's a good fish. Chunky, healthy. I tell you what, that's beautiful right there. Beautiful. Let's let him go. Get on back in there. That bite happened real quick, folks. I'm gonna put that jig back in there real quick. It's getting on up in the evening, and the crappie bite's been tough, to say the least. It's just typical. There's another one. Summer crappie. I found them right here. Come on in here. And my window of opportunity is just now started, and it's late in the evening. The others I caught, you know, in the middle of the day. Let's let him go. Go on back in there. We'll drop that jig right back in there again. See if there's a big one. There's another one. Come on in here. That's how it works. Sometimes. Quit that. Quit. Pretty good little black crappie. We'll let him go on this side. Let's get that jig right back in there again. Seems to be several in there. I'm letting it fall, watching that line do that. When it hopped, I just went ahead and caught him. Well, they're kind of small there, but we're catching them. There's another one, the little black one. All right, drop it right back. Same thing. Now I'm watching my line as it's falling. When it stops, I'm gonna set the hook like that. See? Yeah. Come on in here. Real simple. Let's let him go. I'm sitting on top of a scoop, but they're liable to move. Now that could be bluegill right there. I don't know, a real small crappie. There's another fish. Come on. With it. They move around. This column right here, see, I fished this very column the last time I was here. They wouldn't fish on it. So, you know, that's how much they move around. They won't stay nowhere long, especially in the summer. Yep. There he is. Not very big, but I'm waiting for that old big one. The first one we caught was a good one. Little black crappie. Get back in there. And then I'm going to put it right back. Real simple. Oh, I love it. Oh, man. All right, folks. That's a textbook situation of how crappie moves, and they move a whole lot. I have to do this all the time to keep up with them. That's why they're real tough to catch in the summertime. They won't stay anywhere for very long at a time. Sometimes it's just a matter of 15, 20 minutes and they're gone. I've seen this happen a whole lot. Timing is critical. Being at the right place at the right time, you can catch a few fish. But it is a lot of work chasing these crappie, and I enjoy it. That's why this sport is second to none. All right, I met a fella out here in the middle of the river. I'm fixing to go home right here. And yeah, I want y'all to look at this boat right here. What's your name?
Garrett Williams.
Garrett Williams. Now I want y'all to check that out. That thing will go in inches of water, won't it?
Yeah.
I wished I had me one. One day I'm gonna get one of those.
Go fishing when you can, cause it's good for you.
Now that's right. That's the way to do it. There ain't no reason to be bashful. It's good for you. On it. Well, I'm glad to meet you, and I hope you have a good day or night on the water.
Yeah.
Well, folks, I'm leaving on out. I got Bessie strapped down. It is still hot and humid, and it's about dark. It hadn't rained yet. The weatherman was wrong today, but I bet it's going to rain tonight. But you know, here on the Coosa River, I've met a lot of great people, like Garrett. A lot of friendly folks on this river. In fact, I've skipped a few docks over here, and I've never had one dock owner tell me to not skip his dock. So just real friendly people here in Gadsden, Alabama. I love it up here, and we're going to revisit. And it's such a large expanse of water, it's going to take time to learn it and get a real good feel for it. But vertical jigging is a great way to catch a few fish. Docks and the edges of creek channels. And I'm going to learn it a little bit at a time. Don't know it as well as I do Guntersville, but that's why fishing, again, is a sport second to none. You can just keep learning. Moody little fish, crappie are, and just like Garrett said, and Garrett's daddy is used to be a guide, so there's no telling what he knows about this particular river right here. But you know what? Just like Garrett said, go fishing when you can, because it's good for you. I want to thank y'all for watching. All the great comments. We'll see you later.